is Valentina. I'm an anthropology student and history student, and now I want to know about you. How are you? What's your name?
I'm good, thank you. I'm
Oh,
internationalist. I'm international relations student.
oh, well, that's interesting. And have you heard something about India or the latest news about India or what's happening there?
Yes, I heard that India is the most populous country in the world, and be such a big country, it has a lot of problems, social problems. So I read an article about the violations of human rights and how affects people lives. In the most of cases, the most affect people is women and children. And in the case of women, they don't have access to education, and children grew up in a really bad conditions. So that's because of poverty, and the access to basic services it's really limited. And have you heard anything else about India and the problems they have?
Yes, well, that makes me think in a documentary that I recently saw about India and the Dalits minority. And the specialist says there that this minority have faced a lot of discrimination and violence and marginalization, stigma for centuries. And this is because of the historical and cultural roots of this or in India and the way Indians have organized the society for centuries. So the Dalits are ranked based on their descent and placed at the lowest echelon of society classes. So a lot of generations of Dalits have faced profound trauma and suffering. So do you what do you think this can affect or people's lives in India?
In the case of women, I think the limited access to education have a lot of problem because they don't know read, and they don't know about rights. So that's a big problem. And in the case of children, they don't have access to water or the things that it's basic to us. And the limited access to that conditions and services, it's really bad for them. And how about you, and how it affects people?
Well, I think this affects people's lives in a lot of aspects, but based on that, I want to talk about the solutions of these problems. And I don't know, what do you think if you were the president or if you have a charge like this, what would you do with these people or with this problem?
Okay, if I were Secretary General of United Nations, I will promote building incredible societies, particularly in India, because India is a region that had um, historical inequalities and structural barriers have marginalized Indian people. So I think I create fund to the people can have access to that.
Oh, I really like your answer. If I were a president, I will work with you with your fund, and I will also strengthen democratic institutions with social programs that ensures access to water, to justice, to educations, to work, to political participations, in order to all citizens of India have access to equality, and also this accompanied to campaigns of sensibilization that will engage and make people reflect in the value of human and our value in our society just for be human. And do you think uh, another solution, or do you agree with this?
I completely agree with you. I think it's a really, really good solution.
Oh, thank you. I think it's important also that our current societies, just in conclusion and in mode of reflection, think about the otherness as a basis fundamental of existence. So I think we must take a position and don't be neutral in facing inequalities and social problems as strong as this. I think this may can be a reflection in this strong problem. Thinking about the otherness and the values of other people in our quotidianity and our daily lives.
I also think it's really important think in other people and how people can be affect to the things we do. So I agree with you about that.
Thank you for this discussion and for your reflection.